Hello and welcome back. Now, episode 10 of the list of modifications, and what I'm aiming for today is to sort out the foot plates. So get the seat mounted, get the handbrake mounted, possibly get the brake way shaft remounted, and sort out the actuator arm on the brake. But first things first, I think I'm just going to be tackling the foot plates. Now, one thing I want to achieve with the foot plates is I want it to look a lot like a full-size lister. As you can see, it's got these segments in the corners, so I'm planning on doing that. And you can see the black checker plate there in the middle where the seat's mounted. The seat's going to be mounted with the brake column just like that. I may even leave that gap in the running board. I'm undecided yet, but at the front end I will be putting the wedges in the corners and doing away with that full plate. But probably need to stop talking about it and get doing. Enjoy the video. So let's give this a go. It's going to be a little bit different once it's on the deck, but that is exactly the plan I had. I'm going to need to extend the reverser, but I've already messed with a Colin Edmondson reverser before, so I know what I'm doing there. That's an easy enough adaptation to make. I think that's where I'm going to go next. But yeah, happy with where the brake's at. It's not in my jewels, and yeah, I think that's absolutely bob on. Happy with how many foot plates have come out. Got a bit of a gap there, but I have got plans to fill these gaps. That's a future project, but for now it's all about getting it looking like the real deal. We need to sort out chain guard, belt guard, pulley guard, but that is going to be nice and sleek. That is another day's work. But I think to finish off today, I'm going to tackle this reverser. I need a longer handle and a longer actuator as well, but that's an easy enough task, and getting off is not too perilous. But yeah, really liking the look of this now. So these laser cut kits from CMD are really quite nice. They're basic, but they do what is required. I'm going to be adding this pipe to the handle here, which makes that longer, but I then need to extend the lever to the same height. It even comes with a black plastic cap to hammer into the end of there, so I need to make that fit onto there. I'm actually going to do away with these two bolts, and I'm going to weld this assembly together and just dress everything back and just make it look a little bit slicker. And for the pivot here, instead of using this M6 threaded bolt, I'm going to make a pin. So it's going to be a smooth pin as opposed to a thread. So I don't want metal running on metal. Well, metal running on a thread. So I'm going to replace it with a pin, and that way give it a nice smooth bearing surface. So instead of that cutting away there over time, I want it to be nice and slick. So yeah, with that handle, just grab a pen. What I did when I was doing the scamp, I actually cut it off like that. Flip this part through 90 degrees, put a slot in it and welded it back on. So I'm going to do pretty much the same sort of thing, but I need a longer piece of steel. So first of all, I need to make that tube fit that piece of bar. Just need to round these corners out a little bit and get that fastened on permanently. I'm going to taper these top edges in to make it a smooth transition. Just clean up the faces so I can weld these three pieces together. So I'll weld those seams there, and I'll plug weld the holes here just to give it a nice smooth transition, which should make that bit nice and sexy. And then, as I said before, handle on the top. Should be good. Doesn't take long to do this, and it's well worth it. And it's also going to give me that little bit higher reach. So I ran out of gas, not physically, but literally. Ran out of argon for the TIG welder. Needed to TIG weld up that reverser lever. But I'm happy with where I'm at today. I've got the corners done up. I've got the footplate on. Got the brake attached and the seat attached. Got the front bits on as well. I decided to add the balance weights just to, so I can see the wood, I can see it all in situ. One thing I didn't show yesterday was the brakes. So this is the hangers for the way shaft, all looking nice and sexy, tucked in, just nice and clean looking. And yeah, I think for the weekend's work, it's not been too bad. What I need to do almost immediately, really, as soon as I get home, is I need to order some lifting eyes, because now this thing's getting bigger, it's going to be awkward for me to get it put away. So I'm going to get some lifting eyes, so I can put some lifting eyes into the frame. Need some M8 lifting eyes. How many times can you say lifting eyes in one conversation? But yeah, I'm going to get some M8 lifting eyes, get them secured into the frame, and then I can lift it on straps and get it stowed away. But that's going to be a job for first thing Monday morning. Well, in fact, I'm going to order them today. I'll see if I can get them at Screwfix or something like that, because I just want some lifting eyes so I can lift the frame on a pair of straps, and then I can put it away in its hiding hole, out of the way of in here. But for now, I've tidied up, all my tools away, all my batteries are charged, and nearly 2 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. Time for a rest, because it's work tomorrow. And yeah, maybe edit this video up and schedule it for next weekend, maybe. Yeah, so I've got a video coming out today. That's already uploaded. That's going to come out tea time. This one's going to get edited up, come out next week, because I'm only doing this project every other weekend. So yeah, I'll get a video sorted for next week, and yeah, it'll be 2 weeks before I'm back onto this one again. But yeah, it's coming along nicely, and I'm really enjoying the look of it now. Just more of the same. As always, thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.